At Thanksgiving, my grandpa said, "Glad you're enjoying the college fund we set up." I blinked. What fund? My dad choked on his drink, and my mom went pale. Then my little cousin whispered, "Wait, you didn't know?" And everything fell. I'm Noah, 21, drowning in student loans, living off ramen and spite. Until that moment, I thought this was just how life worked for people like me. My family's Thanksgiving was the usual chaos. This year was Dad's side hosting, so things stayed relatively civilized. Grandpa carved turkey while Grandma passed around cornbread, pretending not to notice my cousins sneaking thirds. I was home from college, already dreading midterms, sitting next to my little cousin Mason, who was more interested in mashed potatoes than conversation. Then Grandpa raised his glass. "To family," he said, "and to seeing our kids grow into something we can be proud of." We clinked glasses, murmured agreements. Then he looked right at me and dropped the bomb. Everything stopped. My heart thudded faster. Grandpa frowned. "The college fund we set up when you were born. You didn't know?" And then Mason's innocent whisper destroyed everything. I couldn't speak. It felt like someone punched me in the gut. I turned to my parents slowly. Neither met my eyes. Mom picked at her peas. Dad reached for wine. "No one ever told me about a fund," I said quietly. Aunt Julie leaned in. "Wait, so who's been managing it?" That's when everything unraveled. Dad cleared his throat. We didn't think he needed to know." "You didn't think I needed to know I had a college fund?" My voice cracked. "We used it," Mom said quickly. "For the house and bills. Emergencies." Grandpa's face went cold. "What do you mean you used it?" "We were struggling," Dad said defensively. "The recession hit hard. The roof leaked, and your brother needed braces." "My brother? The one who didn't even go to college?" I stood up. My chair screeched. "You could have told me. You let me take out loans, work 20 hours a week." My voice shook. "I thought we just didn't have money. And the whole time you were sitting on my college fund? You're making a scene," Dad muttered. I laughed, bitter, sharp. "I'm making a scene? You lied for years and I'm the problem?" Grandpa's voice cut through. "That money was Noah's. We made that clear. Maybe if you hadn't put it in our names," Mom began. "Because we trusted you," Grandpa said. "Because we thought you'd do right by your son." Dead silence. "How much?" I asked. Grandpa hesitated. "About 40,000 by the time you turned 18. 40,000. That could have wiped out every loan I had. We did what we had to do," Dad muttered. "No, you did what was convenient for you." I didn't sleep that night. After dinner ended in awkward silence, I packed early and drove back to my apartment. It wasn't just about money. It was about trust. About my entire childhood being edited by two people who saw me as a resource, not a son. I contacted the bank, confirmed the fund existed, confirmed it was gone. 7 years of withdrawals, all authorized by my parents. A campus legal advisor looked at everything and said, "Noah, they might have committed a felony." That weekend, Dad showed up at my apartment. "We didn't mean for it to go this far," he said. "We thought we'd pay it back. You had 18 years. He flinched, then said something that shifted everything. "We used it on your brother too. He's always needed more help than you. You've always managed." There it was. Because I was low maintenance, I got less. "What would you have done if Grandpa hadn't said anything?" He looked up with real regret. "I don't know." The most honest thing he'd said in years. I closed the door quietly. Something snapped into place. I wasn't moving on. They made their choice. Now it was my turn. I filed a formal complaint, started legal proceedings. When Mom called begging me not to ruin everything, I hung up. Christmas came. I went home with one goal, closure. After Dad's toast about family sticking together, I stood up. "Except when it came to being honest with me," I said, pulling out a folder. "That's the full breakdown of every withdrawal." I looked at the shocked faces. "You could have told me the truth at any point, but you didn't. You let me believe we were all struggling together when really, you just let me struggle alone." "We thought we were doing what was best," Mom whispered. "For who? For me? Or for the version that didn't ask questions?" Dad stood up. "You'd really tear this family apart over money?" "No, you did that when you decided I didn't matter as much." I walked out into the snow. No one followed. A week later, the bank confirmed fraud investigation had begun. I graduated with honors, got my first real paycheck, moved into a new apartment, bought decent shoes, no duct tape. We haven't spoken since Christmas. Sometimes I think about that moment when Grandpa said those words, how everything cracked open from there. It wasn't losing the money that hurt most. It was losing belief, realizing the people supposed to protect me didn't, but I'm still standing, and I finally know what I'm worth.